So apparently for every single like that this picture gets of the Sam Raimi suit, it increases the chances by 2% for it to be added into Marvel's Avengers as an MCU skin for free. So it's probably a good idea, we don't even risk it, so you know what to do. Oh, that's correct. Exactly what you're seeing in the background has just been confirmed, and trust me, you want to stick around to the end of this video, especially if you are an Avengers fan, because I can guarantee you're going to get pretty excited. Now, let's dive into this video, starting with what you're seeing in the background, which of course is the Far From Home outfit that shows Peter Parker answering Nick Fury's call. Now, this was just literally released on the Marvel's Avengers Twitter account, and as you can see, what it states is he's just your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Inspired by the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the Spider-Man Far From Home outfit shows Peter Parker answering Nick Fury's call. Get it in the marketplace on January the 27th on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. Now, of course, the 27th of January, if you're watching this video today, is of course tomorrow. So this is going to be very, very exciting because, again, I know this is something that a lot of you guys, including myself, have been waiting for. I guess we can probably push the limits and maybe say, would we ever get the Sam Raimi outfit? Who knows? I guess we can just keep on dreaming. Now, one thing that a lot of people are also saying is the fact that, well, it's disappointing that it's going to be a PlayStation exclusive, which of course it is already confirmed to be, and what's going to happen for people that are playing on, for example, Xbox and PC. Now, look, let's be completely honest, right now this game is still at such a critical stage, so there's no point even getting into that. The good thing would be, though, to do is maybe give some credits or something. I don't know, you gotta kind of weigh it out. Now, getting into the big information, right? The big information is that, first and foremost, this game is 100% without a single doubt on its last legs, because this is the year with full competition with other superhero games, or I guess you could say games very similar in terms of what they're actually trying to achieve, being released. Now, you got to remember, this game of course was, well, it's been released for a while now, so it's had time to actually attempt to redeem itself, attempt to really prove to people that, hey, you know, I'm the game that you kind of wanted me to be, and this is how we're going to do it. We just simply haven't even got a roadmap yet. That was the first issue, but like I said, make sure you stick around to the end because I'm going to be talking about two really, really important things that will definitely get you excited. But not to backtrack, going back to what I just said, we haven't got a roadmap yet, and we're at the end of, well, basically we're at the end of January, so realistically you would need to have a roadmap in February without a single doubt, because right now it's only small things like this that are being revealed today that keep players engaged. Now, I've taken I've taken a good amount of time away from Marvel's Avengers, and as a consumer, you see things like this, you get super excited to jump back in and to follow that news, and that's pretty much what's going on in the entire community right now. So the whole debate right now that people are having is that we haven't got a roadmap, the game is still in a critical condition, are they going to be left behind this year purely based on the competition that is basically on the rise? The short answer is yes, they will be left behind if they keep doing what they are doing right now, which is basically terrible communication, not actually telling players what's going to be going on with the game, actually focusing on things that are not even relevant in the game, and then just occasionally releasing an MCU skin that you still need to go and pay money for in the marketplace. If they keep up with all those four things, then absolutely, without a doubt, they're going to be left behind, and I think the vast majority of the player base will probably just shift towards the new games. I mean, I'm just talking from my perspective, and probably what I would do if they didn't change anything, which would be you'd shift to the new games and probably just boot up Marvel's Avengers when you actually want to, just simply because you want to see what's going on, and you may just simply boot it up because there might be a situation like today where they say, hey, we're dropping an MCU skin for whatever character it is, and look, let's be honest, you're still going to go ahead and boot up the game if you have it. There's no reason why you wouldn't want to do that, but it would still be left behind and lose a dramatic amount of the player base. Now, getting into the two things that I want to mention that I know will get all of you guys excited for the future of this game. So, one thing that Screen Rant actually posted on their website was ultimately that 10 changes that need to happen in order to actually, you know, change this game's I guess, whole strategy, right, that need to be made this year. Now, out of the 10, there were 2 really important ones that stood out to me, and I want to touch up on this because it's something that I think is, I guess, not per se the easiest thing to do by all any means, because I mean, it's probably one of the most difficult, if anything. But the first thing is that we have few regions right now, okay? And one thing that I'm big on in this game is the exploration aspect to it. And we knew that when they were going to release the patrol mode for this game, it was literally a free roam element, by the way, if you don't know this. And you just kind of go around the game and like random enemies would spawn. You get the idea. It was kind of like just one of those literally free roam aspects to where you can leverage it to kind of get gear, whatever it may be. So, in terms of the regions, that was still key, because I think one thing that this game has done is proven that, look, we can do a lot of copy and paste areas that ultimately just feel the same. Maybe the outside's a little bit different, but trust me, when you get inside, it's all the exact same. That's exactly what we're experiencing right now, and I think Wakanda, when that was released, and remember, that was a really anticipated DLC, not just because of the character, but literally because of the fact that we got the region being Wakanda, and it was a new area to explore, and it was super refreshing, right? Because a new environment to explore, I mean, that is just, why would you not want to enjoy that? I mean, it looked absolutely incredible as well, but then also, you got to take into account that the war table showcases the entire globe, right? And if we can't basically go to more places to fight AIM and Claw forces, and like I said a few moments ago, even if all the AIM facilities look alike, then what's actually the point? Because I remember, if we go back to before this game was released, if you guys are familiar with Miller, which I'm sure you are, he's basically been one of the only guys in the whole community to really dig deep on the not so legal things, so to say, and actually drive the community's excitement. But like way back before this game was released, when he was talking about regions, I remember there was a time where he was analysing certain things and almost speculated that, oh, this could potentially be, if I'm not mistaken, going off the top of my head, it could be like a map in London. I know that just sounds absolutely crazy, but like that was speculation back then. That's not even going based on data that he was talking about. That was just pure going off the map and seeing different regions that you can kind of put together, see if that's going to be based in Europe, etc. You get where I'm going with this. So when you show the entire globe, having everything that's not going to be exactly a copy and paste should probably be a priority. Now, the second thing is a drop-in and drop-out multiplayer. Now, I mean, Screen Rant, should I say, actually said this the best, and that is that many of the high-level missions in Marvel's Avengers do require a full team of players to actually accomplish them. Now, one thing that we can all relate to is that there are a ton of unreliable players in the community who tend to quit out basically in the middle of a mission. Let's be honest, we've all probably done it at one point. Either your connection was bad, you had to go, or you simply wanted to rage quit. It's happened. Let's not be oblivious that you've never done it before. But one thing that does happen, even when you're on the other end of that, is the result is the remaining team just simply struggles or cannot complete the mission at all. So I think a drop-in and drop-out multiplayer, I don't exactly know how that would work in terms of like the actual functionality of that, but I think it's doable. And if you think it's doable and it makes sense, then it's probably a good idea that somebody looks into actually implementing this. So to recap, more regions that are actually going to be around the globe at least, and if they're not, then at least just change not having a copy and paste area every single time, because I mean, even fighting the same enemies does get incredibly boring, especially when you're faced with, of course, how many glitches this game has. And then second of all is that drop in and drop out multiplayer. That needs to change ASAP. But guys, leave your thoughts on this in the comment section below. What do you think? I'll see you in the next one. Till then, have yourselves a ridiculously amazing day, and adios amigos.